I have just arrived at this hotel in Clevedon on the Bristol Channel here, which you can see, and I've just driven down. I've got a meeting in Bristol tomorrow, but I've come down here because it's quite a long trip down, so I just thought I'd come down the day before. And yeah, you can see right across the channel to the land on the other side there. Wales, that's Wales over there. Yeah, so I'm going to go and get my stuff together and check in. I've just arrived basically, and then we'll explore the town here and see what there is to see on the seaside and the centre of town. We'll have a little look. First discovery is there's a coconut. Yeah, there's a coconut there, look, for some reason. Yeah, right, so we're in the room, and a double bed, little desk, the mirror. What's this? Just tells you what the dial and all that. Room, yeah, bedding and things, and so there's a little cupboard there. Bedside cabinet with lamps, couple of lamps, little tea making sets and stuff, biscuits, coffees, teas and things. And then it's not looking out at the front with a bit of the sea view, but we're going to have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, so we're in, and let's have a look. There's a telly on the wall as well as a picture, an interesting lampshade, very high ceilings, a little telly on the wall. Have a look at the bathroom here, see what we've got. Oh yeah, so we've got a full-on bath, shower, toilet sort of towel rail with all the towels on and all that there. Little sink, some soap there, and then shampoo and shower gel. So there we go. So that's what we've got. A little lamp on the kitchen, on the mirror, sorry. And red towels, little window, red towels, red curtains, and yeah, so there we go. Just simple. So we're at the hotel, and have a little walk now. This is the kind of roadway. I'm going to go have a look around the other side, the beach side of the hotel, and yeah, then I'll just have a little walk. I think I might drive slightly down this road, just to take me a little bit in, just to save, because there's not much light left, because you know, it's just after 3 o'clock, and just to save a few minutes, I might just go and drive down there so I can make the most use of the light. This is taking me down to have a look at the view. So I've got a view out that way. In fact, it's above this, I think, the entrance to the hotel. But if you get lucky, you get a view out this way. Although it's a little bit murky today. Let's see, there's like some meeting rooms and things in there, and a bit of a steep drop, a steep drop on the cliff all the way down there, isn't it, to the shore. It looks like you can't walk down that bit there, private it says. You can go to here and have a bit of a look at it. So you've got the Walton Park Hotel, that's where we are. So we're not far off Bristol here. There's some little gardens and things there. Yeah. Right. So one of the sort of streets, there's a few shops on, very nice stone buildings. And now we're going to have a look at this car here onto the middle of the roundabout. It's got this really old car. And it says Stephen on the front. car. So we'll pop down there to see the beach in a second. Palm trees and all that. But yeah, we've got this car, vintage car here. Really one of the kind of first types of car, isn't it? It's going to cross over here. See it there? The roundabout. You can see like how steep it is from the hilltops. So you know, the hotel on the hilltop up there, then coming down. So the town centre is up that way. So I'll have a little look up there in a bit. Looks like a sort of old post office here. And we'll go and have a bit of a wander down here. There's loads of parking. Yeah, there's like 4-hour parking here, 2-hour parking down there and all that. So I've just driven down here just to sort of I think it's a bit of a walk from the hotel, just to save a few minutes because the light is quite short in a minute. So yeah, we're going to have a look. Huge houses. I mean, look at that there. And look at the stairs going up on these houses. Massive, the stonework and everything. That window inset into there with a little balcony above the sort of arched door. It's incredible, isn't it? And it's an interesting style as well. But look at the sort of stonework on these bay windows as well. Amazing. Yeah. Look on here. Yes, you've got these fantastic stone houses, and then I don't know what that grey thing is there. Just seems a bit out of character with the rest of the buildings around it. Look at these. Look at the sort of how the roof edge there, the wood features coming over the top of the bay, and they're in good condition, aren't they, those buildings there? Good condition. And then of course even the gate posts are fantastic, the stonework on the gate posts. So yeah, that's pretty amazing, isn't it, that? And this just then between the stone buildings spit out a character there. So we're looking, there's like sort of steps going down here. I might just go along to this corner and see where that takes us. Yeah, so it's kind of, I don't know, 3:20 on Wednesday the 5th of November, and I just got a glimpse of the pier there. Shops, there's little shopping streets and stuff in different places. It's not like all in one central location, I've noticed when I sort of drove in. Yeah, little seat there, little seat there. Everything. You've got the war memorial here, look at the poppies and that. Yeah, so I guess they might replace those with new ones in a week. There we go, so that's the pier going along down there, and then all this is like free parking as well, 4-hour free parking and things like that down here. And there's obviously a walk which goes along the sort of seafront there, and I think there's some sand and amusements around that bit. Let's have a look at this. Kind of looks like a sort of ironwork pier, doesn't it? I'm not sure it's wooden. Sort of expected it to be wooden, but we'll have a look. There's the North Somerset Tidal Trail, an England coast path. Wayne's Hill a mile, Portishead 6 miles. Got a sailing club here for the boats as well. Yeah, it looks a bit gloomy on the other side of the channel there, doesn't it? You can see some of the features over there. A rocky beach, this one. Okay, so the pier is open till 4 o'clock. I've just checked before I get there, because I did notice when I drove past there's like a booth there, and it says you've got to pay to go on it. Quite a bit of money, I think it's like £6 or something, so I wasn't going to do that. Well, it could be free now, I suppose. It's a bit late in the day, isn't it? But yeah. You know, it's just a pier, isn't it? So we might, instead of doing that, we might just walk along here and see what there is down that way, and then walk from there into the centre of town. You can see the sort of tide levels, the black sort of lines and stuff on the side of the sea wall then, and the rocks going along. And then on the seafront here near the pier, there's these sort of little restaurants, cut in sort of cafes and things. I don't know whether some of these are bed and breakfasts as well or what, but quite colourful, painted along the seafront. 1828, that one, that pink one, Adelaide House it says. Pottery in that one, open. Garden planters, statues, bird baths, etc. Beach pottery and gallery down there. Sort of castlette thing here, look. Clevedon Pier. Yeah. It somehow looks flimsy, doesn't it? I guess it's sheltered a bit here in the channel, Bristol Channel, from the severest sort of Atlantic waves and all that. You're protected a bit, but it does look, somehow the structure just doesn't look, you know, strong to withstand storms and things. A bit about the geology of the area. Devonian rocks in the corner of the beach below the toll house, formed by a great river sourced in mountains, and coniferous rocks. The continents collided, so there's no geological record between 325 and 250 million years ago. So you've got all the different types of rocks identified for you on the beach profile there, looking out. Faulting and metal-rich minerals, look. Most of the world's useful metals are mined from rocks containing minerals like those at Clevedon Pier. Geological faults. Yeah, it's all interesting site of special scientific interest and all that, the geology of it all, the geological structure and the rocks in which the pier is built. So I've never seen, you know, this before. There's sort of loads of signs all about the geology. Rare minerals, primary minerals. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, so that's a little shop there, and then you can see the ticket prices to go on the pier. And buy once and you get free for the rest of the year, I think. But, yeah. Tide range at this pier is the second highest in the world. Spring tides has a rise of 47 feet from low water. That's quite a lot, isn't it? So there we go, second highest tide in the world. It does look, you look at the height of the sort of black water marks and things. So the pier was opened in 1869. Yeah, it does look like a long distance, doesn't it? To go to where the black sort of black water line is on the rocks there and everything. Yeah. Right, well I'm going to have a little walk that way. There's all flags of the world and what have you up here, isn't there? Yeah. Little sort of water fountain thing there, ornate, and then a couple of these flats amongst us again. There's sort of fantastic stone buildings and things. Yeah. So look at these. So the chairs got little plaques on and things, the bandstand, and then yeah, you can see the sort of little cliff here. So we're just here. There's a little sort of map. Got the pier, and you've you've got some of these roads going to the town. So there's a 10-minute walking radius to sort of just walk round that little bit there. So that's easy enough to do, isn't it? So we're going to go maybe have a look at this Marine Lake, Poets Walk, St Andrew's Church. Have a little look along here. See if we can see some of these things. Queen Square, the town centre, Old Street. See if we can have a look at that. Of course, the bandstand's 1887 as well. It's old, isn't it? And then there's like what that is, there's a care home or something there. Quite big, isn't it? Look behind here, this little seating area. There's a bit of brightness down there. And that's the little inner marine lake there. So it must get breached at high tides, and then it's a marine lake, and then it's the water's captured, so it's marine. It's interesting, isn't it? Step down here onto the shingle and that down there as well. Yeah. Look at how the wind is blowing that tree, the shape of that tree there. Wow. There's little shelters and things you can sit in, so when it's raining you can just have a seat and sit and look at the sea and all that. Very good. Yes, this is where the River Severn comes out, and Wales is over there. Weston-super-Mare's down in that direction. Let's see what this little sculpture thing is here. You can go onto the shingle beach here as well. Quite rocky. The Millennium Celebration Monument. Right, okay, yeah. That's what that is. Yeah, we'll go and have a little look at this lake, and then we'll have a look at the town centre before it gets dark. Yeah, so there's a nice light. There's a little hole where the sun is there, and then dark clouds over Wales, South Wales over there. There's little areas outside this pub, the little harbour you can sit, different coloured little huts there. Yeah, we've got little ice cream shops and things along here, coffee shops. I don't know if they're going to be closed for the winter or whether they're just open at weekends or what, but maybe just certain times are open now this time of year, but yeah, we'll see. Cod and chips, £14.95. It's expensive, isn't it? Fish and chips, £15 for fish and chips. Yeah. Coast Guard there. Coast Guard on call, that vehicle. What have we got up here? Mini golf. And then this is this little sort of paddling thing and that here. But it looks like when the sea comes up, it fills it up because the tide comes up higher than that lake. So it's called the Marine Lake. Yeah, here's the little mini golf. Look. What's that? £3.50 for a child, £4 for an adult. Golf thing, and then there's a bowling green, and look at all the fantastic little areas where you can sit and play bowls. Look. And then there's a sort of playing area, tennis courts, basketball. Let's go and have a look, see what this says here. Clevedon Marine Lake. So, it's a great achievement. Comprehensively restored in 2015, where they reinforced the existing seawall, newer slopes, desilted it, better access, installation of children in the area, and then 16,000 tonnes of silt removed, all in one summer, and then 10,000 people have been visiting during just one festival. There's all sorts of stuff, temperature plummets, school things, sailing, swimming. Yeah. So when they get the spring tides at 2 centimetres of mud each time come in every time there's a spring tide. The deepest part of the lake is 3.5 metres. A 2.8 metre high tide will overtop the seawall, flood the lake. You've Yeah, want to have a little look actually. Maybe walk along the side of it there. So you get a fantastic effect, don't you? Because you see some of these videos sometimes of hotels that try and put a pool. So you've got like a sort of infinity thing going on at the edge. I guess if you're sitting in there, might look amazing with that edge there. And yeah, it's silty. Shallow water, no diving at this end. Maybe it's deeper at the other end. Flags there. Pretty big, isn't it? This is amazing, really. Little bits of poetry as well. On the wall. Tiles. Yeah, quite something. I thought, you know, these sorts of things normally are just abandoned. You know, they were built Victorian times or whatever, but abandoned. But this one has been restored, and it says it gets a lot of use. There's some people over there. They've been swimming. I can see they're sort of getting their towels on and everything. So it's used even today in November for swimming. Path between like maybe a smaller one for little children or something there, and that guy's taking the path of like a wooden boardwalk going across the lake. Well, it's amazing though, isn't it? There's some like steps to get in to go swimming, ramps to get in there as well to sort of get in and out of there. It's not actually a boardwalk, it's concrete. Yeah, wow. If it's windy though, you might get blown in. Amazing, the salt house up there, look. I'll just focus on where I'm walking though, because if I walk slightly to the left or right, I'm into the water. To the memory of F.R. Nutting, Esquire, whose retiring efforts led to the construction of the lake, and then vision and determination brought the life back to the lake 2007. Then we've got other signs. Yeah, this is reopened 2nd of April 2016, it says. So there's plaques to the different reopenings, and if it gets like sediment every time there's a spring tide, then you've got to keep clearing it out and maintaining it, haven't you? Somebody's swimming there, look, a little platform. Yeah, amazing. We'll have a look over here now. I think you can walk up further up there along this sort of coastal path and things, but yeah, we just want to make the most of the light and get back into the town, I think, now. Before it gets dark. So the hotel I'm in is right up on the cliff top, right over there. You can't quite see it actually, it's right over there. So yeah, so the coastal path keeps going along up that way. There's some quite steep stairs up there. Tells you about Poets Walk. So Churchill, what was it? Poets Walk. Just sort of to do with the path and all that, yeah. Sugarloaf Mountain above Abergavenny can be seen. Not today, it's a bit gloomy today. Sculptures and... Okay, yeah. Right, well what we'll do is we'll have a look down here and sort of head into town if we can. Sign here telling us something. Mini fairground in this bit. What's this say? We'll tell us more about a short history of the marine lake. Ridiculed idea 1900, but revived idea 1930s. Very popular. So stinking corner because it was smelly estuary debris, but they cleared it all out, made it into this. There we go. So a lot of people thronging around it and all that, diving boards and all that. Heyday in the 1950s and 60s. Well managed. The silt cleared twice a year. Then, but 1970s and 80s it's sort of neglect through the 90s as well. But then people sort of got back to it again and got it going. And then lottery funding and things like that got it all going again. So there we go, yeah. Right. What's this? Sous vide sauna. Look at a sauna there, look there. Maybe people pay to have a sauna in that, do you think? I don't know. And then there's a couple of little fairground rides here. So I'm just going to go and have a look at a way into town. I don't know if it's up that way. I'll have to sort of check a map, see which way to go. Little sand pit there, little play area. Coffee hut. There's a few little things, people sitting having their coffees and things, little rides and bits and pieces. And smell the coffee. Okay, we'll go and have a little look. I think up that way, I think is where we need to go. Yeah, looks like the church there. There's any, yeah, what's on? It's not a church behind here, it's a Clevedon Hall, and built 1815. It's a kind of luxury venue. I don't know if we'll get a view of it behind these trees. As it says, the entrance is that way. I'm heading this way. So maybe you get a view from the entrance. But yeah, behind here, massive mansion house. There's sort of different types of houses along here. There's Old Church Road. And then I think I'll head sort of up and then left up there maybe. Sort of crossed over here and then we'll go see what these signs say. Tell you the routes. So you've got Clevedon Pier, half a mile that way. What's this one? Town centre that way. So I'll go that way. See, I was going to go left. But that would have took me back to the pier. So I'll go straight on. And that'll take us into the town centre. (1892). We've got the houses up there, then a cliff which looked like there's been a bit of a slip on there previously, or some quarrying all along here. Maybe it was quarried out. And then you've got the car wash at the bottom of that, hand car wash going on. There you've got like a stone facade, then brick, gigantic brick side to it. I don't know what that building is. Yeah, it's the cinema, that's what it is. Chosen Cinema and Arts.
Alright, well, we'll see you in part 2 of this series on Clevedon.